Hello everybody, Chris the Bally Guy here. Daily drop number 8. This is actually the same day as number 7. I talked about trying to catch up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do that specifically, but this will probably be uploaded the day after. But I also got 2 questions about what is it like living in a van. So I never thought I would be living in a van, and I may not be forever. I'd like to, but who knows? You never really know. So living in a van is very rewarding in my opinion. I mean, I have some storage that's besides the van itself. I mean, I have a trailer, but that's more so for moving large objects, not so much just keeping storage. Like, it's pretty empty in there usually. So I mainly use it to move my organ. So living in a van really isn't bad. I actually like it. So the biggest thing that makes it difficult for me is that I don't have a hot water heater right now. So I actually just took a shower because we all need showers. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's like at 90 degrees outside, so I just let the inside of the van heat up. So when I first got the van, it didn't have any batteries. It had one battery in the back, and it didn't have any inverter. So first thing I did was put a lead acid bank in there, and then eventually I put a bunch of lithium. So now I have like 7 kilowatt hours of batteries, and I have way too little solar. But I don't have the time or the money to do that right now. And I don't know if I'm going to be keeping that specific van forever, because I really do need to go to a diesel because it costs me so much to drive. And this isn't a consequence of all van life. Most, like, if you get a Mercedes Sprinter, you'll probably get probably about twice the miles per dollar in the same area as me. So I get about 10 miles to the gallon with no trailer, and I get about 7.5, 8 with a trailer, which is a notable deduction. This wind is bad, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's expensive, but when that's your only thing to pay for, it isn't too bad. But I live off of like $9,000 a year salary, so at the moment at least. So yeah, I actually have plans. So I'm thinking about buying a same year as my van, D250, so the pickup truck with the Cummins engine in it. So I'm actually probably going to sell my trailer to get that. And what I might end up doing is literally just taking the engine from that truck, taking the transmission from that truck. It's a Cummins 12 valve, 5.9 liter inline 6 with a 5-speed get trag manual transmission, and put it in the van. And that engine has like 277,000 miles on it. That's nothing to worry about. Something else I might do is I may very well build a camper on the back of that truck and then pull my van with the truck. Literally just flat tow. I'd have to disconnect the drive shaft to do that, but I could do it. And in doing that, whenever I go to Pennsylvania this summer, I'll have 2 reliable vehicles, one that could tow the other in case I break down. I'll have 2 living spaces I'll be able to keep, because I plan on taking my pipe organ up with me. It'll serve the function of a trailer, just with a little less space. So that would be very exciting, and I'd love to do that. So hopefully all works out and I'm able to do that, because that would really be fantastic. Because I really do love this vehicle. It does have its problems. It is, 32 years old. I almost dropped it. You can see the air conditioner is doing its job pretty well. Can this wind, like, please go away? I'm sure this is, like, defiling your ears. But when I first started living in the van, back in, like, August last year, I was going to school, and I was living in it, and I just had that rooftop air conditioner, and I did not have lithium batteries. So what that means is that I could only run the air conditioner for all of like 15 minutes. And that was one of the hottest summers I think I've ever experienced in my life. Not just because I was living in the van, just in general. And on top of that, I didn't have air conditioner. So I did have a dorm I could just go sleep in, but no, I'm weird. I decided to sleep in a van with no air conditioning when it was 98 degrees outside at midnight. Funny story about that. I actually got so desperate. I went to the Walmart nearby and plugged in. I just had that rooftop air conditioner. So I plugged in to the outlet that their freezer plugged in by the gas station that, like, Murphy's that Walmart runs, I think is what it's called. And I tripped the breaker, so I just dipped and hoped that they wouldn't find me. This wind doesn't even feel nice. It's so hot outside. It's just bothering me. So, yeah. As far, and I was able to survive. I mean, I didn't die. Just a lot of water. A lot of water. Showers actually felt really nice in that time because it would heat the water tank inside the van. Besides that, living in a van is very rewarding in the sense that you can go anywhere, anytime if you got the money and you don't break down, obviously. Which is why it's so important to me. I work in Rayville, Louisiana. I don't have rent here or something. I just park my van on the property that I work at, and I just work. It's very convenient. And then when I want to go home, I don't have a bedroom at my dad's house right now. It's just a storage room. I mean, I could sleep on the couch, obviously, but like I have my own space. I have my own room. Everything is mine. It can be exactly how I want it to be. That dip can lid has been there for a while. I should probably do them a favor and pick it up, but I'll do that later. So, man, this video is going to get too long to upload if I'm not careful. Good thing I'm making it a day in advance, so I'll upload it unlisted and then make it public if it takes too long. But I still got to wait for the video that you would have watched yesterday before this one to upload. So, where was I? Yeah, it's very convenient. It's very nice, actually. And something you don't think about is, like, it's so unbelievably nice to be able to just go to Walmart, and then the moment you get into the parking lot, you just put everything in its place. You put it in the pantry. You put it in the fridge. You put it in the freezer. It's just, you put it all away. You put it in the cabinets. You put it wherever you want. You don't have to then haul it home, make sure you don't get stuck in traffic for 4 hours and have your milk go spoiled. And then, it's just so much more simple, man. It's just so simple. Something else that's really nice. Ooh, almost dropped it. Electrical. So I'm plugged in to the building I'm next to right now because I can be. But I have a little inverter generator for backup. But I mainly try to run off of solar and battery when I'm not hooked up to anything, which isn't very often these days. But something else that's very convenient is the fact that the moment that the power goes out for this entire facility, I'm still fine. I still got plenty of time to go before I even got to kick on a generator. Like, I can run my air conditioner for like 10 hours off of just my lithium bank before I have to switch to lead acid. And it's a very good system. It works very well. And I need more solar. And if I'm being honest, I don't know how long I'm going to keep this vehicle, so I'm kind of hesitant to put more solar on it. And I know that it's such an iconic van for me. It's my first ever vehicle that I owned. I don't care. I'm still going. I'm going to do this every video now. But, yeah, it's just convenient. Something else that's convenient is the fact that, may not be so legal, and I would never do this, but you could definitely put like 20 people in the back of this vehicle and go bar hopping. I mean, you definitely could. Just for the amount of people that there are seats in the vehicle, I'll say. I've taken people to bars and stuff and been the dedicated driver. I'm not much of the drinker. Not like I legally can. But I don't know. I try to be that guy that makes sure that people don't kill themselves trying to have a good time. And unfortunately, I know some people, have known some people in the past that would probably kill themselves or someone else after going to a bar. So I do my civil duties as a professional driver, and I chauffeur them from place to place. So, I didn't expect to make this part of the video, but yeah, it's, you can fit a lot of people in one of those things. Uh, I have pictures of me and my friends just in the vehicle. We once went to like the movies, and then we sat in the back and had like McDonald's at like 2 in the morning. It's just such a good vehicle for having fun. And you don't really think about that. Like, who thinks, oh, that dude's got a van, he has fun. But like, it really is a fun vehicle to operate and own. So yeah, it's really quite nice. The next aspect is food. So that was something that I think Thomas asked about. But yeah, I'm not good about cooking for myself. I used to be a lot better about it. I would make egg stuff. I mean, I still make ramen on occasion. That's not really cooking. That's kind of just boiling water. I have a stove in there. I have a refrigerator. I make sandwiches. I should really like make some like chicken Alfredo or like chicken sandwiches or like burgers or something. But I don't know, man. I don't know why my what's the word? Metabolism is so darn fast. I just like the moment I get hungry, it's just like I can't wait. I'm just like the most impatient person in the world when it comes to making food. So I just tend to eat something basic out my refrigerator, out my pantry, or I just go and get food, which is expensive. I try not to do it too much. I definitely do it too much, but that's van life for you. To be fair, you could argue that all the money that would have went to my rent could go to food, but yeah, I barely afford to live. I should really spend less on takeout. But it is cheap these days, especially if you use those mobile apps. It's pretty cheap. I'm probably gonna die at 40. That's just probably the direction this is going, but you never know. So, what's up next? Just finding parking. That can be difficult. It depends on where you live. So for me, I try to park in my workplace because that makes sense. Well, I don't know what workplace wouldn't let you park there. There's a guy that I know that lived in a Camaro and lived in like a Tahoe at one point, or a Suburban. And he specifically used to live in a Sprinter van, and he moved to a smaller vehicle because he couldn't drive to his workplace because he was like a registered nurse or something. And those parking garages don't have tall enough roofs for those vans. So that's something to keep in mind. You're definitely not getting in some parking garages, which is a little inconvenient. Something else you gotta note is you're not fitting through any drive-throughs if you're over 9 foot. I can't fit through any drive-throughs. The only drive-through I've been through once was a Domino's, and they just didn't have anything over the top. Well, they did. I had to avoid it. They didn't have a height limit sign, and I couldn't tell that there were things overhead. I almost had to back out of the drive-through, but it is what it is. Oh my goodness, people are blowing up my Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, it's rewarding, to say the least. I love living in a van. It's the kind of lifestyle I want to live for a while. I'll say that for sure. I'll finish my sentence before I go. If y'all have any more questions about it, I'm more than willing to make more videos of talking about it. I definitely need more things to talk about in my videos. But with that being said, thank you for watching.